All right. How we doing, everybody? First watch along of the campaign in late August. I know I've been slacking on the watch alongs, but we figured today was a good time to do it since we're not going to have a show post game tonight. Matt and I will be back tomorrow after the game. So this is kind of like going to replace the show for today. For those of you that are new to the watch along, try not to give away anything in the chat because on Marquee, especially when I do a watch along, I don't know what it is. If I'm using Wi-Fi or whatever it is, I'm behind. Like I'm like a good probably pitch or two behind you guys. So if you give stuff away, then I can't react to it, which is the whole purpose of why we're doing this. Today's watch along is brought to you by Kalshi. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code LOCKEDON to get $10 when you trade 10. Feel free to ask any questions, anything in the chat. If I sound a little down, it's because I'm in the fantasy semis right now and my opponent's having the best possible start he could possibly have. And I have a much better team, and I'll be very upset if I lose. And I'm in an early hole. But yeah, Cubbies play the DBacks today. It's been a rough, I don't know, I guess a rough few games here, especially Friday and Saturday were two of the worst games of the year. They bounced back yesterday, which was nice, but 6 back right now in Milwaukee, 2 up on Philly. Feel free to give some Philly updates in the chat. You're more than welcome to do that. Playing this Arizona team. I actually did a Diamondbacks Cubs watch along in Arizona last year on opening weekend. I did a daily dingers bet on FanDuel, which we advertise all the time. And I took Michael Busch today. Took Michael Busch for my daily dingers. Score prediction today, I will say boy, I'm bad at this. I'll say 6-3 Cubs tonight. Hopefully Gausman can have a bounce back outing, which is really important. And, Merrill Kelly has not thrown the ball well all season, especially lately. So you'd think that, if they could sit on his changeup a little bit, they should be able to do some damage. So we'll see. Let's go, Sam. I've got $250 of free bets today. What should I lay it on, guys? Yeah, I like the Cubs to win tonight. I like a Busch homer. That's where I'm at. Good evening. How you feeling about Justin Steele? Yeah, we'll talk about Steele. We'll get to that when the game starts. I'm sure there's a lot of Steele questions. I'll be watching in the OO room. Operating room? Oh, that's my uncle. I was like, I didn't read who that's from. That's my uncle. Brett. Uncle Brett. See you, Justin Steele interview. Good start. Need a good start. Double. I'm doing good, guys. I'm doing good. It's late here. Actually, I've had a headache all day today. I'm not doing that good, but I'll get my energy will get going when the game starts. Remember not to get excited about plays before Sam. Yeah, I that's what I said. You guys actually have the best Cubs podcast. Appreciate it, man. Really appreciate it, Aiden. This 150th anniversary team that they're doing today, so let me tell you guys my team. I made a team. Tell me what you guys think. I don't understand. It's no disrespect to anybody, but I didn't know it was going to literally be 150 guys. So my team was this: Sano at third, Banks at short, Rhino second, Rizzo first, Billy in left. I put Hack Wilson in center. I know Pete will eventually get there, but out of respect to the older generation, the old generation. Sosa I had in right. Everyone corrected me. I probably should have had Sosa DH, Dawson in right. I had Dawson as my DH, Gabby Hartnett at catcher, and then I had Fergie as my starter, Lee Smith as my closer. That's a team. We don't need to do an entire 5 guys at every position. Hap made the team. It's insanity. That's insanity. I think your team has to have Brian on there. Yeah, if I had a bench, Brian would be on there. Santa was a better Cub. My opinion. Got to remember, I was raised by my dad who 1969 Cubs. Yeah, Zambrano would be in there. Yeah, I like I said, guys, I picked one guy from each position. I'm taking Sandberg over Hornsby. Everyone's saying their name now. I shouldn't have even done this. This episode is brought to you by North Shore Medical. Have you ever heard your spine? That's my friend Jeff. He's a jokester. It's pretty funny. Yeah. Are you the most subscribed Locked On MLB podcast? I don't know. I think on YouTube probably. Locked On Mets does awesome. Ryan, shout out Ryan. He does a great job over there. But I think on YouTube we are. All right. Here we go. I'm see, this is the thing. It's 8:41. I hope I'm not this far behind. I still don't even have first pitch yet. I'll let you guys know when I'm at first pitch. Right now, I just got Merrill Kelly warming up. It's so fun. It's so funny now because the first at bat is so important because Pete is up. So someone asked me a question. Let's see here. How can we tell early on if Gausman will do well tonight? Yeah, if the splitter's getting swings and misses. If you see a split finger fastball where it looks like it's going to be like at a hitter's knees or thighs, dips down below the zone, and they're actually swinging at it, that's how you know. Thanks, Nate. Appreciate you. Did we find the favorite hat? Oh, is that? I wonder if that's Anthony. Because if it's not, that'd be really weird because he's the only one that I would know about that. Sam, say hi to Paris. He loves you. Hey, Paris. What's going on? Why isn't the game starting? It's 8:42. Start the games on time. It's 105 right now in Arizona at night. Who would want to live there? I'm sorry. All right. Pete's digging in here about 3-4 minutes late. Tell you guys when I get to first pitch. Sam, are you follow soccer more after the World Cup? Yeah, I just had first pitch. Yeah, I don't follow soccer as much anymore as I used to. I used to follow it all the time when Messi was at Barca. Now I don't follow it as much. Pete takes a strike, 1-1. Sam, you're the GOAT. Love the show. Thank you. All right. 1-1 to Petey. Pete drives the ball to left field. Looks routine. He's on my fantasy team, so he's not going to do anything in the next 2 weeks, of course. Prediction for Shota in the next contract. I have no idea, man. I have no idea. Am I crazy for wanting Nico 1 and PCA 2? Yeah, you're crazy. Sam, I'd love to know your thoughts on how the two ballparks play a role in consistency. I'm not sure I understand that question. When's the next Cub game you'll be at? Sometime in September, I'll be there. Sam, I missed your video last night. What were your thoughts on the game yesterday? Yeah, it was a good bounce back. It was a good bounce back. You guys doing watch-alongs in the playoffs? I'll do 1 or 2 in the playoffs. The problem with the watch-alongs, guys, is every single time I do them, we stink. And last year I did one in game 1 of the playoffs, and you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, well, they won that game 3-0 to Seiya. Yeah, it was 1-0 in the 5th. I got off the watch-along, and we hit 2 home runs to take the lead. Like, we never do anything when I do a watch-along. Sam, how's your day been? Not great. Not great, honestly. I don't feel that great. Man, I hate these Seiya 3-0 swings are so predetermined. It's like he gets the green light and thinks that he has to swing. That's not a 3-0 swing, and that's not a pitch to swing 3-0. I'm so sick of the predetermined swings by everybody on this team. To answer the other question, yeah, they'll re-sign Seiya, and Hap will be gone. Sam, do you get stressed when watching the Cubs? Yeah, obviously. Definitely do. Rather play Phillies or Braves in wild card? Braves. I'd rather play the Braves. Yeah, I'm wearing a Cubs hat right now. I have like 4 Cubs hats, Jeff. This one's brown, but I have a black one, I have a blue one, I have a light blue one. A lot of questions coming in. It's hard for me to keep up. I'm in Iowa right now, Jill. I'm in Iowa right now. Here's 2-0 to Bush, 3-0. Let's not predetermine a green light here. Swing if it's middle. You don't have to predetermine your swing against a guy throwing 92. It's off the plate. That's off the plate. This is gonna be a long night. It's off the plate. Wasn't even close. We don't ever use our challenges right. 3-2 now. Sam, thanks for all the amazing work you do. Appreciate it. Sam, have you ever considered stand-up comedy? Yeah, I have. I appreciate it. I have considered it. I've even done it once. God, there's a fruit fly here. And Bush swings at a pitch that was in the right-handed batter's box after a 3-0 ball 6 inches away to foul it away. Good start, guys. Not this guy, Ain 2164. Don't you think guys throw too hard not to guess now? You don't have to guess every pitch, not against him. And Bush. Oh, God, this team. Good inning, guys. Good stuff. We had a 3-0 green light to Seiya with ridiculous swing, and then a 3-0 ball to Bush that he didn't challenge. Good start. Way to start it. I mean, everybody guesses at times, right? But when you're 3-0, you don't want to predetermine. It's like, hey, I'm gonna one pitch, one spot, one location. Now, if you're facing like Mizorowski, you just kind of have to predetermine your swings. But there, it's got to be, hey, I got to see a fastball out of the hand. Let me see that pitch. Was that even a fastball to Seiya? Was that even a 3-0 fastball, or was it a changeup? I want to see it. Give me 1 second here as my fantasy season is just crumbling. I want to see if that was even a fastball. Let's see. Seiya. I can't see. No, okay. It was a sinker at the bottom of the zone. But it was 93 miles an hour. One pitch, one spot. No need. I did not order Domino's again. But the last time the Cubs did play the Diamondbacks, I did eat a Domino's pizza on air. Yeah, Seiya will get re-signed. Seiya will get re-signed. Hap will be on Cincinnati or Pittsburgh. The thing is, Troy, I'm not complaining that he had the green light. When you get the green light, that doesn't mean you have to swing. That's not a 3-0 pitch to swing at. That's one that you take. It was below the zone. I mean, it was in the zone, but it was at the knees. You swing at that pitch 3-2. You don't swing at that pitch 3-0. It's like, I know everybody hates John Smoltz now because he's not modern and doesn't, do all the analytics that everybody wants to have. But he made a great point on Saturday's broadcast when he was talking about how in spots that the pitcher should feel pressure, it feels like for whatever reason that the hitters put pressure on themselves. So whether it's a 3-0 count, whether it's bases loaded, nobody out, all the pressure is on the pitcher. There's no pressure on the hitter. But in today's age, there's a fly ball to left field, Hap angling over, he'll have some room. That was Lars Nootbaar. I don't like that he's leading there. It just feels like, especially with the Cubs, but other teams, like in big spots, hitters press, and the pitcher should be the one pressing. Hey, Sam, watch you every day on the way to work, so you got me back in the Cubs. Thank you. No problem. Thank you for watching Pokemon Payback. Here's a fantasy player of mine, Corbin Carroll, but I will be rooting against him. One and one to Corbin. Matt does not like Corbin Carroll. Man, that's a really that glove that Gosman wears. It almost makes me uncomfortable. How big it is. It almost looks like it's almost a joke. Like it's like if they were to put me in right field, I'd put that mitt on. Strike three, right down the middle. If you're on my fantasy team, forget it. Sam, do you think Swanson being out hurt the Cubs infield? Yeah, for sure. Sam, my boyfriend makes me listen to this podcast every single night, and I'll say you're kind of funny. Cheers. Here's Gabby Moreno having a big year. He's a Cub killer. I actually have no proof that he's a Cub killer. I just feel like he is. Sam, do you want Shaw back starting against lefty? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, if he's healthy. Yeah, I agree. It feels like they've had a bunch of double plays not turned. Sebastian Maniscalco, big comedy influence of mine. That's a strike. My three big comedy influences that I try and take from on the show, and in life really, are Don Rickles, one. If you don't know Don Rickles, get to know him. You're missing out. Maniscalco, two. And Larry David, probably three. I'd say those would be my top three. Appreciate all the kind words, guys. I can't read all of them. Enjoy watching the pod on the way to work. Do you think uploads could be posted earlier at 6 a.m. instead of 7? Well, most of the post game stuff's uploaded at night, so you should be good. The only things really that's uploaded in the morning is the off season. Do you think they'll re-sign Gosman or Holmes? I don't know. It's too early. Too early for that. There's a fly ball to center field. This is one that I would catch. That should end the inning. All right. Good start, Kev. Good start. All right, so I'll do some injury stuff now. Austin is Tyler Austin. Yeah, it just hasn't worked out for him. I don't even know if he's in Arizona anymore. His knee's messed up. As far as Steele goes, yeah, it was a great update on Steele today. You could see from the two interviews, Steele and Counsell, the two different perspectives that you're fighting, right? One is Steele, as a human and as a competitor, wants to come back and pitch, and he feels good. And he wants to pitch. He wants to help the team because he hasn't pitched in a really long time. It's been like 16 months. The other one is Counsell, who has a bunch of pitchers and stuff to manage and knows that Steele hasn't pitched that long and is like, hey, obviously this is great, but like we have to take it one day at a time and see, like, let's hold our horses here. And there's that back and forth there, and we'll see what happens. I mean, I just want to see Steele on the mound again. I can't wait. You know, it sounded like Tuesday rehab, tomorrow, not rehab, Tuesday live, Friday live, one more live, I guess early next week it sounded like, and then rehab assignment. So if he's on a rehab assignment by September 1, September 2, he's probably going to need at least 3 or 4 or 5, you know, and it would be every other day. So that takes you into mid-September. So, like, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But, you know, I just want to see Steele on the mound. And once he's on the mound, I won't bet against him. Because you got to remember, the one thing I think Counsell, the one thing I don't think Counsell is acknowledging is that Steele hurt himself building back up to be a starter. He's not being a starter anymore. Being a reliever, it's a lot easier, right? He has to make 15 pitches, 20 pitches. So all the rust and all the things that people are worried about, he's only going to be making 1-2 inning stints. So, we'll see what happens. I hope he comes back. I love the guy. He's my friend. I talk to him all the time. I think he deserves a chance to come back, and I'm not going to bet against him, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, the Tyler Austin stuff's really weird, man. I mean, it feels like a miss on that. It feels like a miss. Being a podcaster, do you have any podcaster mentors? That's a great question. Podcaster mentors. I mean, I really like Big Cat over at Barstool with Pardon My Take, and just been a fan of his for a long time. I send him a few messages here and there. I listen to Bill Simmons a lot, kind of, the Podfather, Bill Simmons, as Bregman Weekly files one away. I think just those two, really. I mean, I listen to a lot. I mean, I listen to a lot of podcasts, but I wouldn't say they're mentors. Like, I listen to Zach Lowe for NBA stuff. There's a line drive right at him. Right, I'm telling you guys, when I do a watch along, nothing. Somebody asked me my favorite non-Cub. Well, the problem is it's Luis Ariz, and we're going to probably have to compete against him in the playoffs, so I'll have to move off of him. So if it's not Luis Ariz, probably somebody on my fantasy team. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I love watching Judge, but he's been out the whole year. I like watching Soto. He's been out the whole year. Ian with a line drive, left field, base hit. That a baby. The guy in left field, whoever that was, looked like you never fielded a ground ball before. What the heck was that? He's a big Badger fan on Wisconsin. Oh yeah, Big Cat. Yeah, he is. I'm not. I think Miller. The question: Shelby Miller could be a late inning reliever. I think Miller, Brown, Steele. One of those guys has to be contributing. So we'll see which one it is. Did you ever record games on VHS as a kid? Not really. When do you think airs will be ready? I don't know. I really haven't paid much attention to the minors. Not this year. Were you joking when you said Happ will only get $14 million? No, I don't think he's going to get much more than that a year. No, I wasn't joking at all. He's hitting 217, and guys like Happ are like GMs typically now in the modern day, they don't want to pay guys like Happ because he's not going to cash in on his deal. You either want to give really great players 30, 35, 40 million a year, or you want to find guys like Happ, like the Brewers do with the Jake Bowers of the world or whatever, on cheap salaries. A lot of people don't like paying $20 million a year for guys they feel like they could find for 2, 3, 4. You know what I mean? You think we'll be Duke week 2? Is that an Illinois football question? I don't think Illinois football is going to be very good. That's the vibe I'm getting. Maybe 7-5, maybe. The basketball team is going to be insane. And another throwaway from Kelly. The Diamondbacks they can't even catch the ball right now. So, I don't know. Happ, platoon player, more 10. Cubs trivia. This is good. Hold on. Let's see. After this, Nico, I'll see if I can get this trivia question. Doesn't look great. 96 isn't forte of mine. Here's the 0-2. Come on, Nico. Ugh. This Cubs player is the lone rep from the team 1996 Major League All-Star game. I don't really know many 96 Cubs. I'll say Steve Traxel. Happ to the Brewers. Yeah, well, Happ's was better than Andrew Vaughn was, but yeah, who knows? But he's too expensive for the Brewers. They will never take a player like that. Nico with a routine pop up. Anytime you see Nico hit that ball that high, Turn your head. Routine out. How many Cubs have gone 40-40? Nobody. No Cubs ever gone 40-40. Only 6 guys. We did this yesterday on the show. Only 6 guys in baseball. Bears win total projection. Man, I don't know. I'll say 10-7. Say 10-7. Come on, Pedro. Let's see. Let's see one here. Let's see one in the gap or something. Why can't Ben Brown be a starter again? Too long, too short of a time to build up. Doesn't have enough time. Yes, he did. He swung at that one. Yes, he did. Boy, do we look off balance right now. I got to check some scores around the league. Oh, Mariners are up 3-1 on Philly. I told you guys to give me updates on that. 1-1. Pedro, that's a fair ball. That's in the corner. Hap's he should score on this easy. That could be a triple for Pedro. Atta baby! Good work. Good work, Pedro. Did people spoil it? I didn't see. I was on a different tab, luckily. I'm just so upset about my... Great work, Pedro. Who's pitching today? Who's pitching for today for Philly that's getting beat up? Wheeler. Gee, Wheeler hasn't gotten an out yet. All right. Wonderful. Those guys have been leaking oil a little bit, Wheeler and Sanchez. Come on, Conforto. I can't believe... Don't you guys feel like it's so weird that the Cubs have the best offense in baseball and like 2 guys are having good seasons? Like Michael Conforto is our DH. And not to knock him, he's been awesome off the bench, but it's just like, it's just crazy to me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I just miss the old days. You know what I was doing yesterday, guys? I watched Pedro Martinez. Where's the 2-1 Conforto? I watched Pedro Martinez in the 1999 All-Star game. It was Barry Larkin, Larry Walker, Sammy Sosa, Mark McGuire, and I can't remember who was 5th or 6th. Somebody nasty. Maybe Matt Williams was in there. Somebody else really good. And this dude just absolutely dominated them. And you know what's so fascinating to me is we talk about how pitchers are so much better now than they were back then, and hitters have it so much harder, which of course is true. But one thing we never discuss is that back then hitters had to cover 6 inches on each side of the plate. Like I watch these guys. I watch these guys get. Here's a 3-2 to Conforto. Ball 4. I watch these guys get rung up on pitches in the left-handed batter's box. Now the hitters have an actual strike zone, and it's like nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about how, like back then, you actually had to cover the zone. No, it wasn't Bonds. I think he was hurt. But anyways, that's just my rant. All right, Big AB here for Kelly. I'm turning into Marquee talking about other things besides the game. I'm gonna close my tab here because I feel like we got a big spot here. 1st and 3rd, 2 outs. Kelly inside. Man, it's Kelly to Kelly here. Man, Merrill Kelly looks bad, guys. This should be a dub. This guy isn't good. Here we go with Marquee and the Kelly. Ha, ha, ha. Hilarious. Do. Did you love A-Ram? Yeah, I loved Aramis. Love the Ramos. Always was a slow starter, but loved him. Yeah, Jeff Bagwell. That's who I was missing. Yeah, usually the watch-alongs are just me. Usually. All right, 1-0 to Kelly. I'm going to give you guys some raw play-by-play here. I know I'm a little behind, but I have the tabs closed. 1-0 to Kelly. That's a ball. Challenge that. Yeah, it called a strike on the outside corner, but it was off the plate. This is exactly what I'm talking about. 20 years ago, this is a strike all day. This is a ball. Yep. 2-0. Good challenge, Carson. Who do we got on deck? Where are we in the order right now? I'm not locked in like I should be. Is he hitting 9? Because okay, yeah, we got Pete on deck. So a walk here would be magnificent. 2-0, you're going to get a pitch to hit here. Nope. Threw him a 2-0. You want to talk about modern baseball. You got the MVP of the National League on deck, and he throws him a 2-0 changeup to the 9-hitter. This will be he'll be taken all the way here, I would guess, with Pete on deck. But I also just thought he was going to get a good pitch to hit, and he didn't. Here's a 3-0. He's taken all the way, ball 4. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and here comes the MVP. As Pat Hughes would say, here comes a turning point in this ball game. Come on, Petey. Crowd should be on their feet. All the Cub fans right now. Here comes the pitching coach. Come on, Pete. I wonder if Pete jumps on one early here. You know, usually after a mound visit, you get that get me over breaking ball to just get ahead. If he tries to flip one over, would love to see Pete just pounce on it. I'm not looking at the chat right now, by the way. So if you're asking me something, I'm not seeing it. If he throws a get me over breaking ball, pounce on it. Anything else? We'll see. We don't need to do stats right now about Pete. Let's just go to the AB. Let's just go to the AB. Come on, Petey. First pitch. He was hunting. He was hunting first pitch. Made a good pitch. That was a well-located up and in heater there. Yeah, it was literally a perfect pitch. Give him credit. 0-1. Inside 1-1. Easy take. Deep breaths. Pressure's on him. Kelly in the windup. Here comes a big swing pitch. 1-1. That was the one. Ooh, we got a good pitch to hit right there. Fouled it right back. Oh, boy. Oh, that was the one. Man, oh, man, oh, man. One, two. Got another good pitch to hit. That was a little bit better location. Fouled it away. Not going to get another fastball now. It's going to be a changeup or a slider. Not going to get another fastball now. 40 pitches, man. This guy. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball, center field, well hit. Not well enough. God! Horrible pitch. Horrible. He's just, he's just there's something with him right now, and he's been great, obviously. He's just missing those. Like I didn't see, I bet you that was like what, someone tell me, like 96, 97 off the bat. He said so many middle pitches that are 97. By the way, I'm doubly angry there because a grand slam would have really changed my night around fantasy wise. Yeah, 97.6. Like, and it looked like he hit that like 105 off the bat. There's something mechanically with his swing right now. We're on those middle hangers. I don't know if he's just getting the barrel out a tad late, a tad early. He's just not barreling it that way. Like he hit the fastball the ball he hit yesterday, he hit 110. That was like low and in. He's just missing those. Man. Oh, that was so bad. I'm so frustrated. That would have been so important for me. He didn't even miss it by much. I mean, he still hit it far. Oh, that would have been game. That would have been such a great moment for the program. All right, more questions now. Yeah, Steele was on a watch along once. I don't have any volume, so I don't know how it sounded. Yeah, I just give it up. People are gonna spoil it, so I just in big spots. I just get rid of the chat. Oh, he's so mad. He knows it. Oh, look at the crowd. And we all thought he just missed that ball, man. That would have been it's an MVP moment right there. Do you think Alfonso Soriano should have made the Hall of Fame? The baseball Hall of Fame? No chance. Cubs? He'll make it. Sam, what round did you take PCA in fantasy? Late, like 5th, I think, 4th. Yeah, I wanted to get that 40-40. Like that there's all these ones are big, man, for Pete in this historic season, too. All right, I'm over it. On to the next thing. Here's Perdomo. Wow, Zach Wheeler is getting toasted. Wow. And it's 3-1 from Gausman. Throw some strikes, man. Atta boy. Good pitch. Yeah, Ketel Marte's situation's weird. Ketel Marte's situation's weird. See, you guys are giving away stuff, man. Somebody challenged. Oh, no. Okay, he challenged that. Right. Okay, cool. I saw that. That was a really bad challenge. My goodness. 3-2. Make a good pitch here. See ya. Sit down. Challenge that. Bench. Do you know anything about what the Cubs players told about challenging switches? Salty, man. Get out of this chat for the night you're having. Get out of this chat. That's who I'm playing in fantasy. Get out of this chat. Lyle with a homer. Everyone's complete game. Pete just misses a grand slam. You're living a life. Out of the chat, Salts. Out of the chat. Here's a routine fly ball that Salts would catch. Seiya makes the play. Man, Merrill Kelly's been bad in this game. I'm just messing with him. It's my friend. The pitch execution that Kelly had there to Carson Kelly and Pete, baseball justice, he should have given a grand slam. 385 people, by the way, with us live, 9:15. Appreciate it. Here's Nolan Arenado. Hey, Sam, who's your favorite Cubs reliever this year besides Webb? That's a great question. Probably Thornton, just because I enjoy his intensity. Nice pitch. Nice splitter. That wouldn't have been a strike and coach pitch. By the way, if this guy, I'll never, ever criticize players for injuries. But if we got to deal with that thumb cramp thing again, That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Let me tell you something, guys. I'm not exactly Cal Ripken Jr. I got a lot of injuries. I'm always sick. I've had a headache today. I have never in my life had a thumb cramp to that level. See, guys, that's the pitch I'm talking about right there. That 2-1, it was called a strike. Guy should be swinging at that pitch. How did he take that pitch? It was a ball. He can't challenge it because his teammate, the guy before, just had one of the worst challenges of the year. But that should be swung at. There you go. There you go. Make a nice peg, Alex. Nice shutdown inning, Kev. Sam, biggest snub on the 150 team. Haven't seen it all, Eric, but I don't think there could be any snubs because they let in Ian Happ. If Ian Happ's on the 150 team, there ain't no snubs, man. And Nico made it. All due respect. Neither guy should be on a 150. Is the 150 team 150 players? Is that what it is? Is that because if it's top 150, fine. But I thought it was just going to be like a 150 anniversary team of like the best 15, 20 Cubs guys. Like, I mean, no disrespect. What have Nico Horner and Ian Happ done in a Cub uniform? They've never won a division title outside of Happ being a bench player on the 17 team. I love Nico to death. Hasn't been good enough to be on that sort of team. I mean, who are they going to put on next? My buddy Miles Mastroboni, friend of the show. Sano, Banks, Sandberg, Rizzo, Sosa, Hack Wilson, Dawson, Billy Williams, Fergie. These are guys. Lee Smith, Lester, Arrieta, Bryant you could throw in. Fine. Hap? What? Nico? What? So how many second basemen did they take? Because Sandberg's clearly one. Hornsby's right behind him. Who are they going to put in next? Nafi Perez? I'm not a Blackhawks fan, but that's just because I don't watch hockey. I'm just not a hockey guy. Yes, I'm a Bulls fan, but it's my least favorite. My order of teams goes like this: Cubs 1, anything Messi related 2, Bears 3, Illinois basketball 4, Illinois football 5, Bulls 6. That's my order. Here's Seiya. He takes the first pitch right down. Nah, that's not right down the middle. If you boo Messi, you'll be booted from the chat. It's that simple. You boo Messi, you're booted from the chat. Here's the 0-1. Ball. Guys, is it just me, or are these some really easy takes off of Kelly? Like, should we not just crush this guy? He is... Good take there. That was a good sinker, to be fair. Okay, this guy's getting banned. Said Cristiano's better than Messi. You think I'm joking? How serious I take this? Banned. Done. Put him in timeout. 3-1. If you think Ronaldo's better than Messi, then I can't trust any opinion that you have on anything. (3-1) to Seiya. Got beat middle. How do I unban this guy? I feel bad. I just wanted to make a quick point, but whatever. It is what it is. No, I'm Bears over Illinois B-ball. It's really close, though. It's really close. 3-2 to Seiya. Another strike 3 looking. Yay, Seiya! I have never seen a guy strike out looking more in my life. I feel bad to the guy that so this is Seiya's night so far. And this is why people think I don't like the guy. I just can't. He 3-0 green light on a pitch right at the knees, and then 3-2 takes a pitch that has the whole plate. Goodness gracious me. Badgers, Packers, LeBron, and the Cubs. Yikes. Boy, Michael's taking some really odd cuts here tonight. I've seen Messi play once, and I think that I think I'm going to go September 9th. But I haven't seen him since he's been on Inter Miami. 1-2 to Bush, and another strikeout. That was actually good execution. That was his best batter of the day. I'll give Bush a break on that one. Those were good pitches. Seiya, absolutely not. Yeah, now he's starting to make some pitches. See, that's what happens when you let a guy off the hook. Although Pete, he didn't really let him off the hook. He had a decent AB. Just is what it is. Oh, my team, man. Two and one to Bregman. Sam makes me so mad. Well, this probably then isn't the stream for you. Wow, what a challenge. Kyle Tucker may as well made the 150 team. That made me laugh. Yeah, I've told the origin story a lot, but I'll tell it again. Ground ball to third. Arenado, probably the best defensive third baseman I've ever seen in my life. Makes the play. That ball was hit pretty hard. What was the question? Oh, origin story. Yeah. So Matt and I, so Matt's cousin is my best friend. So and Matt used to hang out with us a good bit. And we just, pretty much most of our activities would be like watching sports. And Matt started like his own podcast and wanted me to be on it. I was on it. It was fun. And we were like, hey, we should just do this together. So we started our own podcast called Anything Goes. Not a lot of people listened to it. People, not as many, like people did, but like very like all friends and family. It was nothing. And then Matt noticed that Locked On and Locked On Cubs had a vacancy. And so we he actually, I think he ran into somebody, the Locked On Blackhawks host, that told him there was a vacancy actually at a Subway. That's why you never make fun of people that eat at Subway. Beautiful things could happen at Subway. And so then we reached out, applied, like auditioned, sent some reels or whatever over to Locked On. They hired us, and we started in July of 22, and here we are. Sam, huge fan of the show. You and Matt are a good fit together. Matt's jokes underrated. I don't think I think they're properly rated. I don't know. People always say that stuff to me, like Matt's this underrated or yours is underrated. I don't know how you guys rate it. You know what I mean? I read the comments. I read the comments and I want to interact with you guys as much as I can. I go through phases where I read all of them, and then I go through phases where I want to stay away because there's obviously some like insulting stuff every now and then you start getting in your own head, because the last thing you want to do when you come on a show is be thinking about what other people think. Then you're gonna have a bad show. You got to be yourself, right? I'm gonna make mistakes. I thought Moises Ballesteros was gonna have a great year. He's hitting 212, right? I'm gonna miss. So you can't like worry about the criticism. So sometimes I like to stay away from the comments because there's always going to be criticism. But then, yeah, I read them a good bit too. Do you ever get recognized ever in person? Yeah, I do. Typically, mostly at like Cubs related things, I'll get recognized a lot, but it's gotten a lot more. Oh, that was a terrible pitch. Goodness gracious. What was that a splitter? I mean, that looked like an ephus. That looked like a slow pitch softball pitch. What was that? What? Was that a curveball? Yeah, but I get recognized a lot at my gym now, which is pretty funny because people come up to me and they're like, "Wow, I'm surprised you're not lifting more. You look bigger on the show." I'm like, "Yeah, sorry to disappoint." Okay, some weird questions out there, guys. Jeez. Appreciate it, Eric. I'll show that one. All right. Here's former Cub Ildemaro Vargas. Last time we saw him, he was batting like 390. He's down to 261, but anybody with a bat's dangerous. We learned that from the great Leo Rivas. Stay in here one time. Stay in here one time. It won't. Of course it won't. Have you guys ever considered doing more from outside of Locked On? Yeah, we have. I'll get foul. I mean, Locked On's great. I mean, they've given us pretty much everything, every opportunity that we could have. It's hard because Matt and I both have full-time jobs, you know what I mean, during the day. So it's tough. But, you know, I mean, my dream is, you know, one day to do this full-time, not just Cubs, but with everything, you know, Bears, football. Basketball is the sport I know most about in terms of a sport. Cubs are the team that I know most about. Make a good pitch here. All right, now go with the splitter. See if we can get a ground ball to second on a splitty here. Basketball is the sport that I know most about. The Cubs are the team that I know most about, if that makes sense. So I'd love to do something full-time. I anything but hockey and golf I could rap with. I can hang with anybody when it comes to soccer. Of course, baseball, basketball, football, just hockey and golf, I got no shot. Here's the 0-2. Make a good pitch on a splitter here. Or fastball. Dot him. Boom. Froze him. Ildemaro was thinking what I was thinking. That was a great pitch. Yeah, it's not that easy. Go on Locked On Bulls. They got their own hosts, man. They got their own hosts. They do a good job over there. MMA, no. If my friend Anthony's still watching on this, he's the MMA guy. Steele loves MMA and UFC. Loves to text me about UFC. Sometimes I pretend to like it just for the friendship with Steele, but I'm really not a big UFC. Like, I respect it. It just doesn't. I'm more of a boxing guy. Grew up with boxing. Boxing's awful now, but I'm more of a historical boxing guy. If you guys watch a show, I always do, boxing analogies. I love the old boxing tapes. Ali, Frazier, Foreman, Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, Duran, Hearns, Hagler, Tyson. Like, I eat that stuff up. My grandfather loved it. I love it. My cousin Scott, we just love that. My Tony, like we all love that. I eat it up, and so UFC just feels it's just a little too arbitrary for me. Not a big fan. Here's the 1-1. The Waldschmidt fouled away. Ooh, good question. Favorite Rocky movie? That's a beauty. Oh, we got some beauties lined up here. Sports moment ever. Oh, I got take away obviously 2016. It's 2016 1, Messi World Cup 2. Easy. Favorite Rocky movie? 3. Joe Louis. Can't believe I forgot Joe Louis. I'm embarrassed. Joe Louis had one of the most underrated athletes of all time. Joe Louis. I love Joe Louis. Brown Bomber. Max Spelling. Joe and Max, great movie. How did you celebrate the World Series win? I'll tell you after this strikeout of Waldschmidt. Oh, we got it picked off. Woo-hoo! Pick him off. Please don't mess this up. This is 8th grade level stuff. Thank you. All right. Beautiful. Love it. Somebody, I can't keep up with this stuff. Someone asked me a good question and I forgot it. Illinois over/under wins 6.5. Which Cub player do you know best? Starlin Castro. Easy. Or do you mean like as in like personally or as like them as a player? Personally, Steele. in terms of as they were as a player, Castro. 1-2. There it is. Beauty. Nice. There's one good question on here I missed, man, and I'm upset. Favorite sportsman bro ever? Joe Louis, Derek Lee, doing some play-by-play. Rocky 5. No, it's one of my least favorite. 6.5 Illinois. Thin crust, deep dish. Thin crust, deep dish too hard on my stomach. Favorite baseball movie? Great question. I got to go Major League for me. Major League for me. I think Major League is one of the funniest movies. I love Major League. Believe it or not, one of my favorite all-time sports movies that I just watched the other night is actually a hockey movie, Miracle, and I don't like hockey. Oh, how did you celebrate the World Series win? That's what I missed. I had my friends Anthony and Nico over. It was my birthday. If you guys didn't know that. It was my 23rd birthday, right? Yeah. I couldn't eat all day. I was living at home at the time. My mom got like a bunch of food. I didn't eat anything. I was doing YouTube stuff at the time on a YouTube channel. So I posted some stuff on my YouTube channel. I don't even remember. I blacked out, man. It was unbelievable. I felt like I won. When Messi won the World Cup and we won the World Series, I genuinely like woke up the next day and felt like I was a real champion. Because those are the only sports moments I've ever had. Like Messi had some great stuff with Barca too. But really the World Cup and the Copa America, the first one, were the two that I really like felt like amazing. Cubs won the World Series. That's it. You know, Bears made the Super Bowl, didn't win. Illinois made the national title, didn't win. Made the Final Four last year, which was great. But I really only have like two mountains. Like all I want to see now is an Illinois basketball national title and a Bears Super Bowl. I don't need a Bulls NBA title. I'm good on that. That'd be great, but I don't need it. The other two that I need. How did my friendship with Steele come about? That's a good question. We had him on the show. And then we just kept in touch after that. Like when he was on the show the first time, here's Ian. When he was on the show the first time, like he was being honest. He listened to the show every day. So he liked the show, and you know, he was injured, so he had some time on his hands. So we just talked and realized we had a bunch in common and became good friends. Not that cool of a story. Ian with a line drive right. Oh, man, nice. I thought he hit that ball way harder. Those are two good swings from Ian, though. It's a good sign. It's not that I don't like hockey. That's the wrong term. I just never got into it, man. You are what you're raised on. I was raised on, I was raised on this stuff. I got into Messi because of my friend Anthony in soccer, because he's my best friend growing up, and if I wanted to hang out with him, I had to learn about soccer. Here's Nico taking a way too big of a swing. Would you, Matt, and Joe do an episode together? We did. We've done a couple. We've done a couple. Why don't you like Chip and Steve, Sam? Chip and Steve, like Chip Carey, Steve Stone. I like those guys fine. Here's the old one. Too big of swings, Nico. Shorten it up. Friends. It's weird. I love Larry David, but I like Friends better than Seinfeld. I'm a big Curb guy. I like Curb. Stay fair. I like Curb better than Seinfeld. Friends was like a comfort show for me growing up. Dream podcast guest. I mean, dream podcast guest in terms of guys that are gettable, or like anybody. Gettable would be Pete. Anybody, I can't say Leo because he doesn't speak English. That'd be a tough one. Probably like Pete and LeBron, like Bron or Jordan or somebody like that I could just talk with. That's boy Nico looks. My goodness gracious, guys. This is what I hate. It's like, Cubs have the best offense. They scored 19 runs yesterday. Whoop-de-doo. They put in a position player. Best game I've ever been to in person. Mark Pryor's complete game against the Braves. Game 3, Cubs, Braves, 2003 NLDS. People blame, the stupid Bartman stuff, whatever. The reason why the Cubs didn't win that is Pryor was burnt out. He threw like 120 pitches that day. If they had any sort of modern analytics, and I know I'm anti-analytics, but in this case, it's correct. The Cubs would have won the World Series that year. Pryor and Wood were burnt out. They were overpitched. Chicago dog. Sam, do you like a half inning of comment? Yeah, I'll give you guys a full half inning of commentating the game. I'll do the bottom of the fourth. Do the bottom of the fourth. I'm having a good time. We got plenty of time here. I got good charge here. 410 in the chat. It's good. It's good stuff. Sylvie would be a great guest. I've reached out to Sylvie. I've tried to get him on. He hasn't gotten back to me yet, but I'd love to have Sylvie. We've had Cap on. Yeah, but Brian and Jordan wouldn't be boring interviews if they were with me, or else I wouldn't have them on. Well, that's a lie. I'd have them on if they just stared at me for 30 minutes, but the ball's hit pretty well by Pedro. I don't think he's got enough pop to get it out there, though. He crushed that ball, though. It's just not the right place to hit it there. That was it. Well, the Cubs have had some good swings tonight. The Pete one stings, man. We should be chilling. It should be 5-0. We should be sipping on some water. I have an Uncrustable snack waiting for me. And now we got to sweat this because he missed it. Favorite sports city outside of Chicago? Great question, guys. Jeez, you guys are crushing it with these questions. Favorite sports city outside of Chicago? Man. Whew, that's a great question. I've never been asked that before. And your name's Sam. I got to say that San Francisco. The Giants were always kind of like an adopted second team. I loved watching Bonds. I love watching Steph Curry. And my dad always, spoke very highly of the 80s and 90s Niners, Montana, Young, Rice, Lott. I guess I'll say San Francisco. They got a great ballpark. Feels like that's the wrong answer, but I'm going to say San Francisco. What was your reaction to the 21 deadline? I was in full support of it. It was time. Why you don't like Bo? I don't know what you're talking about. Went to Steel's complete game. Super cool. Yeah, it was a quick one. Which Cubs playoff series hurt the most? Yeah, so 03, I was still too young. So 08 was bad. 08 was when I really felt like they may never win one. And 08 was when my dad decided to sell our season tickets. We're done. Like 08 was brutal, man. That everything lined up. It felt like perfect. We ran into that Manny Ramirez Dodger team where he hit like 520 in the playoffs that year. But we got crushed in that series, and it I don't like playing here either, by the way, because it reminds me of 07, which wasn't pleasant either. That was no walk at the beach because that Diamondbacks team was not that good. But 08 was brutal. Here's Newt Bar. Oh, I said I'd do play-by-play. My bad. Ground ball in the hole at first. Bush makes the pick, makes the throw, 1 out. Nice job there. Nice play. Good cover by Gosman. I'm going to lock in. And go play-by-play for this inning, and then I'll come back to questions. Let's see how my chops are. Keep in mind I'm watching on my phone, so I might not see. Oh, here we go. Relief pitchers. Lee Smith, Beck, Dempster, Strop. Let's just bring in every single relief pitcher ever. I love Ryan Dempster. He should not be on that list. Love him. Should not be. How about Chapman? They don't win the World Series without him. All right, here's a pitch of Corbin Carroll. Just taken just off the plate. It's good take. Good pitch, good take. Carroll probably the best hitter on this Diamondback team. 841 OPS, 18 homers. A little light of a year for him by his expectations. Takes a strike right down the middle at 91. A little more velo would be nice. It's 105 degrees here in Arizona, which makes me dehydrated just saying it. Gosman in his gigantic glove. Go back to pitch, and that's going to be swung on and missed, 1 and 2. Carroll way behind on that. That one was back up to 94. One and two count here as they're flashing up. Carroll's got 12 doubles, 12 triples, 12 homers at Chase Field this year. That's kind of crazy. Gosman's ready. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Misses up high. Carroll checks. Did not go. 2-2. Cubs lead here 1-0, bottom 4 on a Pedro Ramirez triple. They've had opportunities to add on, haven't been able to do it. The Diamondbacks have not had as much traffic. Here's the 2-2 pitch. As I say that, 3-2 on a horrendous splitter. I could have taken that one from here. You don't want to walk Carroll because he could run. He could run and he could steal. And as we saw yesterday with Kelly, that could turn into a run real quick. It was, who was it, Robles that stole second, third, and then score on an air. Here's the payoff pitch to Carroll. It's going to be a ball off the plate. Ball 4, trouble. Trouble. Man, Gosman really likes to chew gum intensely. Maybe that's why he got a cramp. Some scores around the league here. 5-2 Seattle over Philly. Over on the south side, it's 11-2 Texas. Goodness. Man, is the American League a bad league. Come on, let's see if we can get Moreno to the ground ball. Watch the hit and run here. 0-1 to Moreno on a fastball at the knees. Careful with the hit and run here, just because Moreno's a pretty good contact guy. Like I said, Carroll can run. Man, what a nice year for Moreno from the catching position. 305. Batting average doesn't matter to anybody but me, but I love seeing a 3 in front of somebody's name. Here's the 0-1 pitch. See, that's what I'm talking about, guys. Splitter taking down low. It's too easy of a take. That's his best pitch. He didn't even flinch. Come on, roll one over to short here. We haven't turned a double play since the 60s. Weird angle for me here. Up and in, 2-1. Nice velo, though. 94. It's a good pitch. Good pitch. I don't know how many steals Carroll has. I might have oversold it. I think he's got like 18-ish. I mean, so he can run. This is a hit and run pitch if they want to put it on right here. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. That was a good one. That's what you want. Oh, excuse me. I haven't felt great today. I've had a headache all day. 2-2, Gosman and Moreno. Big pitch here. You don't want to go full, as the great Hawk Harrelson would say. Now we're zooming in on Gosman's cleats. I could only imagine what they're talking about right now. I could only imagine. I can imagine this. I don't care. Here's the 2-2 to Moreno. Come on, Kev. Make a good pitch right here. Checks on Carroll. Good quick move there. We already got one pickoff. Weird to me to see number 12 on a pitcher. It's going to be hard for me to tell you if he's going or not because I won't be able to see. I guess from this angle I will. Here's the 2-2. Carroll not running. And this ball's popped up on the infield. This will be a piece of cake for Bush. Wasn't a great pitch, but it was a great result. 2 down. I don't think I'm allowed to do that much play-by-play because I'm supposed to be watching this, but I'll do one more. One inning's not bad. Yeah, I took Advil already. Here's Perdomo. Perdomo had a really good year. I think, is Carroll running? He is. Here comes the throw. It's not even close. Easy stolen base. Perdomo had a really good year last year. That was a strike, by the way. I don't think he's having as good of a year this year, but I'm not going to lie. I'm not positive. Carroll got a huge jump. No chance really there for Kelly. Would have had to been like an absolute perfect throw. Carroll could have stole that skipping. Could have skipped the second. Well, now base hit ties the ball game. That's why you don't want to walk a guy with speed. Got a base open now, though, Kev. You don't have to give in here. Here's the 0-1. 1-1. Good velo, 95 there. You don't have to show the angle with Carroll now at second. He's not going to steal third with 2 outs and a lefty up. Salts, I really don't like you, man. Was it off a 2-1? Was it off a position player? I'm going to be out of this fantasy matchup before Tuesday. Unbelievable. I'm sick to my stomach. Here's the 2-1. And Carroll steals there. I say he's not going to steal third, and he steals third with 2 outs. That's a bad play. That's a bad baseball play. I hope he's out. That's so bad, man. Oh, man, if he got him on the head, he's out. Yeah, he didn't get him. Man, is that bad. The risk reward for that makes no sense. It looks like he tagged him on the head because his helmet's falling off as he slides, but I don't think he did, but it's really close. Man, is that a bad play. Ground ball right to first on the 3-1 pitch. This will be routine. Inning over. That a baby, Kev. Can't believe he stole third after I said that. That's classic. Should have been out. All right, let me answer some questions here. Can't believe how bad I'm losing in fantasy, man. I'm literally down 12-1. Oh, my gosh. I have 1 extra base hit. It's all right. It's only day 1, Sam. It's only day 1. Yikes. How many homers does Salty have? 2. Well, I think RBIs is over. It's 10-0. And RBIs already. That's going to be tough to overcome. All right, more questions. Yeah, I'm doing fantasy football, but I'm only doing it as a favor. I really don't want to do it. I don't like fantasy football. Baseball, I like a lot. Ever wanted to live in Chicago, Sam? I do live in Chicago. Well, I guess suburbs of, but. Do we think you still have a shot to catch the Brewers? Slim. What's your dream vacation? Nowhere. Do you record at home? Yes. Who's on your fantasy team? I don't know. Pete, Carroll, Sal Stewart, Hunter Goodman. Those are the notables. We have a very good league, so it's pretty tough. Do you think Miz cost PCA some regional MVP votes? No. Who's the most overrated player in the sport right now, and who's the most underrated? Great question. Overrated? There's a lot of candidates. I'm going to go, and I know he homered today, I'm going to go Julio Rodriguez. I'm so sick and tired of hearing about how great Julio Rodriguez is all the time. Put together a good season. There's a lot of candidates for overrated. Underrated's a better question. Thinking. Attaboy, Conforto. Get in the gap. Atta baby. That's going to get all the way to the wall. Conforto, does he have the speed to try and get to third? I don't think he does. That's fine. Leadoff double. Atta baby, Michael. So I would say up until this year, most underrated would have been Jose Ramirez. But he's not having a good year. I'm going to throw a weird one out at you. Will Smith. The Dodgers it doesn't seem like they're the same when he doesn't play. He hits massive home runs in the playoffs for him. He's steady behind the plate, and he's a really good hitter. And I just feel like he's kind of the linchpin to their mini dynasty. Kelly with an absolutely atrocious AB. First pitch swinging roll. This is why I can't stand baseball. There's no effort to hit the ball to the right side. Nothing. Just, yay, I just pull the ball in the air. Woo! Oh, is that awful to watch? Sickening. Come on, Pete. Jump on a first pitch breaking ball right here. You know he's going to throw a frisbee up in the zone. He's been doing it all day. There it is, and he missed it again. Oh, my God. Oh, there's so many misses, guys. What a bad at bat from Carson Kelly. That's how I could never work in the big leagues. If my player had that at bat against a control pitcher, first pitch, just no effort to go the other way, no effort to get a guy over, nothing, I would sit him. Sit him. And people say, oh, it's harder than you think. I get it. It is, but not against this guy. Pete doesn't look good here at all. This has a breaking ball, low and away, grounder to the right side written all over it after that swing. He's going to get him to third like Kelly couldn't, and this has roll over, ground out written all over it when I see Pete have that 1-2 swing. He's going to get the same pitch he just got, and he's going to roll right over it. Here comes the 1-2 to Petey. There it is. Roll over to second. 2 down. I just redeemed myself for saying Carroll was never going to steal third, but I don't want to be right about that. This guy's got to hang a pitch, man. He's got to hang a pitch. He's been so bad. If we get another in zone breaking ball that we don't do anything with, I might leave the stream. All right, 1-0. All right, come on, Seiya. This would be classic Seiya. He's had 2 horrendous ABs. Now he's due for one of his, just something good here. 1-0 pitch. There it is. Get up. Hang your breaking ball. Stay fair. That's got to get out, right? No. Yep. Double. I thought that was gone. We'll take it. How did that not get out? Did he not barrel that? There it was, guys. Another in-zone breaking ball. I didn't mean to highlight that. I'm sorry. What? Did that? I can't see the ball. Did that hit the yellow? He must have not hit that well at all. He must have ended the bat of that puppy. Another terrible pitch. Come on, Michael. Bush was the guy I called for a homer today, and so far he's struck out both times. It's the type of Monday I'm having. Right now with Bush, he has been mystified by the very, very good changeups like that, but he took that one, so that's a good sign. He's been beat by the changeup. I wonder with a base open if he gets a 2-0 changeup. My prediction would be a walk, but that's an easy prediction to make because it's 2-0 already. That's cheating. Here's the 2-0 changeup. There it is. With a base open, I don't know why you'd throw him a heater. Here's a 2-1 to Bushy. That's a good take on the changeup, or I think that was a changeup. 90. I don't know what that was. Listen, if he walks Bush here, Bregman's had 2 really good swings. Good pitch. That's a good pitch right there. That was a 3-1 breaking ball there. That's a tough one. That's one where I'm glad I don't play baseball. I don't. Base open. Wow, we've been doing this for an hour and 20 minutes already. Feels like we just got on. Whoa, what's going on here? What's going on? I don't have any audio. What's going on with Barry and who is that? Yeah. Let's have a little a little flavor. I like it. Oh my gosh, what is going on? This is great. Bush grounds one foul. What is the one day I'm not watching audio and I have no idea what's going on. Oh my goodness. Boo, I wonder if they're actually even talking about this. 3-2, ball four. Attaboy. I like this, guys. I like this, man. I don't want to get. I like this. I think Boo's got a. I mean, Bregman's got a good chance here. Lavello feels the same way I do. Oh man, would have loved one more AB. Man, I thought Kelly stunk tonight. Flat out, didn't think he was very good. Oh, wait. Is he still in? All right. Lavello's leaving him in. This is, guys, what is it a sign sealing thing? It's got to be some sort of tipping. Oh well, if there's someone that knows how to read tip pitches, it's Bregman. Too soon. That'd be kind of funny though if Lavello's arguing about getting signs and Bregman just hits a 3-run tank. He just took a fastball right down the middle for a strike. Come on, I feel like Breggy said it hard twice today. Don't be afraid to use the middle of the diamond. Come on, Breggy. 3-0 would be so nice. Attaboy. Who's on deck? Ian's had good swings today, too, behind him. Here's the 1-1. Now. Pulling way off that change. Call time, regroup, man. Call time and regroup. One, two. That a boy. Good adjustment. It's got to be always a tough thing for a pitcher when you make your best pitch and the hitter doesn't even flinch at it. Now you're in his head. Now he knows that you got his best pitch. Get out of here. Get out of here. Job. I'm hungry. Oh, God. Reminder, we'll be back tomorrow after the game for a show, Matt and I. Here's a 2-2. Get out of here one time. No. Ugh. Let me see if I got anything to eat real quick. Sorry. Unprofessional. I know. Unprofessional. I know. All right. I'll probably stay on. Whatever. I'll stay on for a little more time as long as I don't have to charge anything. Sam, Brewers Cubs, how do you think the two ballparks play into consistency? I don't know. I'm not trying to be mean. I don't understand the question. I'm sorry. All right. Let's see what Gosman's got here. Good pitch. You think the Sixers can win the East next year? Yeah. Oh, they challenged it. Yeah, they can, but I just don't think they're going to stay healthy through 4 straight playoff rounds. Would you have more pleasure of beating the Dodgers or the Brewers in the playoffs? Brewers. I still eat pistachios. Yes, I'm currently eating grapes, and I'll try and mute myself so it doesn't bother you guys. Hold on, I just need like a few more and I'm done. Yeah, I don't know, Travis. Who I would want starting game 1? I really don't know. Probably Holmes. Oh, come on. Don't walk anybody. You're not good enough to walk guys. Attaboy. Great question. Thoughts on the Dodgers owner situation? It's bad, man. It's bad. There's a ground ball right side. This should be routine. Attaboy, Kev. Way to make a play. Way to make a pitch. It's bad, guys. The owner situation, the Dodgers, it's going to have ramifications all over the league. I mean, I'm trying to be very careful. One thing on the show, that you learn when you start doing this for a living, you got to be real careful about stuff you talk about before it's official, before it's true, because you're technically a reporter now, and so it's like I haven't talked about it a ton because innocent till proven guilty. Let's let it play out, but something's up, and I'll put it to you like this: that's a strike. If it comes to the point where we find out because of that enabled the Dodgers to do some of their spending stuff, that's going to be something. That's going to be something. Yeah, I think right now Thornton's the guy. I think they'd like Shelby Miller and Palencia and Brown to take that from him, but we'll see. My over-under for the lockout next year, I say June 1. I think by June 1 we'll be playing baseball. I have no idea what I'm talking about. That's just my guess. Look it up. Look up Mark Walter. Yeah, Ohtani could absolutely opt out. But see, to me, I'm less interested in Ohtani opting out versus like, did his doings get Ohtani there? Did they have money that they shouldn't have had? That's more what I'm interested in. I gave a steal update earlier in the watch along. I don't want to give it again. That ball's popped up sky. Stay in here for Braggy. Stay in here. He's got plenty of room. 2 down. Would you rather have beat the Cards, or I guess the Brewers, in the playoffs to win it all, or the Bears beat the Cubs? Yeah, the Cubs. The Cubs. Anything Cubs is number 1. Do I think Arenado's a Hall of Famer? That's a great question. Yes. Scott Rowland just got in. He's better than Scott Rowland. I've given up on the Hall of Fame. I don't care about the Hall of Fame anymore because Barry Bonds isn't in. I know it's a controversial take. if the best player I've ever seen is not in it, it's just hard for me. Like, I get it. All the steroid guys, I get it. They cheated. There's a lot of people that were doing it that time. That doesn't make it right. But those guys, Pedro, well, Pedro's in, but like the Clemens, Bonds, A-Rod, Dave, for example, David that ball hit to right field, get there, say, great shutdown inning. For example, David Ortiz tested positive for steroids. He's in the Hall of Fame. It just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I just think everybody I agree with passing on this. They should be in the Hall of Fame. They tell the story of baseball, and then just have a little blip of why it's controversial, why there's an asterisk, whatever, and why it's a big deal. And talk about it, but don't ban him from the Hall of Fame. It's insane. It's insane. Barry Bonds was a Hall of Famer before he touched a steroid anyway. Sam, what was the 2010-2011 Bulls season like to watch? I was too young to remember it. A lot like what you're watching now with Pete. You're basically watching it now with Pete. Rose was very Pete-like. Took the city by storm. It was a little different because Rose is from here. But yeah, it was very, very Derrick Rose. It was for me, as you guys know me, and I haven't changed. I was like I enjoyed that season a lot, but I knew they were going to lose to Miami. And I knew that Tibbs, who I think is a really good, can get the best out of guys with not a lot coach, but can't get a team to the next level coach, i.e. gets fired from the Knicks and they win it all. I just knew he wasn't going to make the right adjustments when they played the Heat and they put LeBron on Rose. So I probably didn't enjoy it as much as I should have. But it was awesome, man. It was awesome. Sam, you still in Iowa with Assad? Yeah, Javi's he's across the way. He's getting his sleep. He's got his earbuds in. Yes, if there's no season next year, they would just push the All-Star game. Does PCA get to 500 homers? Probably not. Would you draft Burden over Odunze in fantasy this year? I'm not a great fantasy football advice giver. I'm just nervous about the health of those guys. Yes, I think Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. Absolutely. Hap with a ground on the right side. Feel like we need one more run. Excuse me. Team you'd least want to see in the wild card run? Probably Philly. How's my charge doing here? I'll have to check that. What would Messi's batting average be in the MLB? 0. Yeah, I've been to multiple playoff games. Do I think the Brewers choke again? I don't. I wouldn't call them losing to the Dodgers choking. They're supposed to lose that series. I come from the school of I don't like making fun of other teams that beat us. I think that's weak. I don't like the whole Green Bay thing. Like now, sure, now you could say some stuff about Green Bay. You finally beat them, but I'm not that type of fan. I don't like. Oh, like there's dudes. There's guys that post the gifts when the Brewers lose them. It's like, what are we doing? We haven't beaten this team in like 9 years. Why are we making fun of them? But that's me. I'm old school when it comes to that. Who's your Messi of basketball? There is none. Domestic baseball. Bonds would be the closest. Nico with a little. No, Nico's had terrible at bats tonight. Terrible, as the great Charles Barkley would say. You doing any more watch along this year? Yeah, I'll probably do one for the playoffs. How's Goslin's outing? You sent the pod, needed a good one. I'm just joining Box World. Yeah, he looks good tonight. So far. Ohtani is better than Bonds. Yeah, I don't agree with that. Sorry. I know that's a controversial take. I don't agree with it. I mean, Aaron Judge is a far better hitter than Ohtani is. And again, I'm not trying to disrespect Ohtani, but he's unbelievable. He's the most talented player. We've never had somebody do both. But he doesn't he's not pitching this year. He didn't really pitch that much in the playoffs last year. He's the best player in the league. I'm not saying he's not, but this idea that he's by far the greatest baseball player to ever live, I don't buy that. Atta boy, Pedro. Atta boy. Have a day, Pedro. Have a day. I'm just looking up right now the most innings. So Shohei's had 1 year where he's eclipsed 150 innings in his career. As a Dodger, he threw 47 innings in 2025. He threw 85 innings in 2026, and he didn't pitch in 2024. So it's like this whole two-way thing. Again, it's amazing. He's the best player. I'm not saying he's not, but he doesn't really pitch that much. He's not on the mound that much. I think because of how great he is when he does pitch, I get it. He's better than Judge, but he's not even close to the level that Judge is as a hitter. So I just think I'm not going to sit here and say Ohtani's overrated. I sound like a fool, but I don't think he's the greatest baseball player of all time, and I do not think he's a better baseball player than Barry Bonds. I'll die on that hill. Who is the team you favor the Cubs in a 3-game playoff series? I'll be genuinely honest with you. If they're at home, I think they got if they're at home, I think it'll be a coin flip against Philly. Very similar to San Diego last year. I think it'll be a coin flip. I don't favor them against any of the teams that they're in here, except the team they're playing tonight. Your favorite Chicago Cubs, Sam Judge can't hit in the playoffs. Didn't he hit like 700 in the playoffs last year? Aaron Judge has had 3 seasons of a 1.1 plus OPS. I don't think Ohtani's had one. Could be wrong. Somebody asked me a good question. I got caught up in this. Hold on. Your favorite Chicago Cubs media personality that isn't marquee or locked on? Well, you don't have to take out marquee. Trying to think. Uh-oh. Boom! Conforto 4-0 Cubbies! Woo-hoo-hoo! Let's go, man! Conforto needed that. He was in a funk for a while. Man, he crushed that ball. Big time. Big time swing. Favorite non-Chicago. I like Cap, Sylvie. Big Cat counts. Did that just plunk, Kelly? What just happened there? I missed it. What just happened in the game? I just missed it. They're not showing. Oh, okay. Looked like Kelly was like walking away or something. Yeah, I'd say Cap and I'd say Sylvie would be my two. Uh-oh. Yes! This guy that they just put in, it's like slow pitch softball. 5-0 Cub. That calls for a cotton candy grape. This is going to be a fun series, guys. There's real animosity now. Somebody's going to get plunked. Nah, Pete's not going to do it, guys. He's on my fantasy team. He's cursed. Yeah, Kelly bites the hand that fed him. Former DBack. Pete doesn't have it tonight. I really hope he doesn't go in a 2-week slump for my team. Yeah, my thoughts are not good on the bullpen right now. I've said it a lot on the show. I just don't think they have a what a weird swing that was. He actually hit that ball pretty well. We need a position player to come in late for Pete. See if we can just get a cheap one. I just wish that they had more guys that I trust in the bullpen right now. I trust like 2 guys. Oh, man. I mean, all these guys are back soon, but it doesn't, they got to figure it out. It feels like when I listen to Counsell today that Counsell doesn't have Steele in play yet. It'll be very interesting to see how that goes. If Steele's not in play, then Milner will be in play. And then, of course, Shelby Miller and Brown. Do you think the Cubs will go all in on pitching in the offseason? Oof, man, offseason. I can't get my mind there. Well, right now, I don't think there's a need to make any pitching change. I would let Gausman pitch. They're up 5 runs, so you don't really need to use any high leverage stuff unless it gets tight. Maybe Palencia gets an inning. If it stays 5-0, you'll probably will see Zephyr John, excuse me, to see if he could get some work in. Yeah, Sam, how do you feel about Pete's emotions bleeding out when he performs poorly? Yeah, I don't really care. It's who he is. It's working. I mean, the Cubs Brewers difference question, it used to be a great one, but now it's everybody. It's not just the Cubs. The Brewers are better than everybody, right? Like the Dodgers don't count because of their resources and the fact that they just sit guys through the regular season and get rest, and then come back strong for October. I mean, they're dominating everybody. So it's hard for me to, you know what I mean? Like it's everybody. It's the pitching development. It's the the game coordinators, the strategizers, they dominate everybody. So the biggest, to me, if I had to pick one, that's a really bad 0-2 pitch right there. That's going to get grass. Don't get hurt, Pete. The number one thing that sticks out the most is the pitching, right? They take guys. Last year, they trade for Priester. He becomes a stud. This year, they trade for Harrison. He becomes a stud. Henderson, stud. Mizorowski, stud. Uribe, stud. Ashby, stud. Patrick, stud. McGill, former Cub, stud. Like they just churn out pitchers. People, including me, ripped them for not getting Skubal. Henderson might be better than Skubal. Seriously. That's a strike, Carson. Thank you. Tap the head. Yeah, if it comes down to Shaw Ramirez, which it won't, there's room for both of them. They currently have Kevin Alcantara on the roster. It would be Pedro, but all right, let's get this 9-hitter out here. You know how we do against these 9-hitters. Yes, he did. We don't even need to appeal. On that one. Yes, he did. Now, that guy doesn't look like a great hitter. And here's the Budweiser, what do they call it? Budweiser booth. Whatever they do. I don't know, Joan. They keep saying, Mizorowski's going to get hurt. I mean, it doesn't seem sustainable to throw that hard that often, but I don't know. JD's definitely not old school. Whoever said that, he is very analytically driven with his analysis. Sam, you own any jerseys? I have a Nico jersey my friend got me. That's about it. Not a big jersey. I have Messi, plenty of Messi jerseys. Yeah, Skeens that's rough, man. See, these comments bother me. The Brewers don't have the postseason success to say they're better than everybody. I don't care about the Brewers other than one thing, as Newbar has a routine pop out. They are in our way and make our life harder. If it wasn't for the Brewers, we'd win the division. We'd have a chance at a bye, yada, yada, yada. So they're better than us in the regular season. If we got the bye last year, we would have beat them. We didn't. Why? Because they were better than us in the regular season. We had no pitching left. We had to use it in the wild card and went there. So because of their success, it makes the Cubs' life harder. If the Brewers moved to the American League, I would not mention them one time on this program unless we played them in a series. But they directly affect what we do and our odds and our percentage to win a championship. That's it. You know what I mean? So, the Brewers choke the playoffs. That's great. Once the Cubs are out, I don't care what the Brewers do. Yeah, I'd like to not see them win because they're a rival, but I don't care. I'm not that type of fan. I care how it affects one team, the Chicago Cubs. And they are in our way, and they have been in our way for 8 straight years. And the way to get through them, to use a Rocky 3 reference, or Rocky 2, is to run over them. Go right through them. I have not caught the baseball card collecting bug. Not into it. Hey, Jack, why do you think our bats weren't that good? Here's the 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 right down the middle to Carroll. Guys, Everybody. I mean, that was what is this? I mean, don't get me wrong, go Cubs, but goodness gracious, if you're on my team, you're an embarrassment. That was a big bounce back outing from Gauze. I think he's how many pitches has he thrown? Why not? He's only thrown 80. Give us one more. What's your favorite snack or meal to eat during a Cubs game? I don't really have like a favorite. I don't really eat a lot during the games, to be honest. Yeah, that stat checks out. It feels like we no show a lot of day games. Remember last week when Urquidy shut down the Cubs in 6 innings, 8 Ks? He was horrendous tonight. Shocker. Superstitions for any sport. Nah, not really. I think Schwarber will be a Hall of Famer, 500. I know you like to jog. Ever do any races? No, I'm not good enough for that. No. If I get like, I try and get like 20 minutes on the treadmill or outside or play basketball, which I haven't been doing enough of. But no, I definitely would not enter any races or I would be physically ill. Yes. During the winter time, I binged watched Gilmore Girls. Make fun of me if you want. Incredible show. Incredible show. Instantly in my top 5 shows of all time. Instantly. Here are the outfielders. Andre Dawson. Just lose me on Ian Happ, man. You just lose me. Look at the. Hold on. Can I rewind that? Look at the names on that list. Outside of Jose Cardinal, it's Dawson, Wilson, Williams, Sosa, and Happ. Ay. I don't know why my feed's so behind, man. I deal with this all the time on Marquee. And it's bad. Sometimes I'll predict stuff on Twitter and people think I'm cheating because they'll be like, we already saw this. And I'm like, guys, I don't know why. I'm team Jess. I'm team Jess and Gilmore Girls. I think that was her soulmate. Here's the 1-2 to say that should not be another called strike 3. Looking? No. Close. Yeah, we'll never get an invite on the to do the stretch. But shout out our guy Chris Jacobs. He basically did the stretch for us. He did the stretch and shouted out Lockdown Cubs. That's all we needed. Say in the air to center field. It should be routine. Yeah, we'll never get an invite. We're too critical. We're too critical for them to do that. That's fine. Top 5 shows, man. I'm real corny with shows. Like I'm like I don't get into like Game of Thrones or Breaking Bad. Like sports is so serious for me that like when I watch shows, I just watch shows to laugh and have fun. So like Friends is a clear number 1. Entourage is probably number 2. Curb's in there. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. But Gilmore Girls is up there. How I Met Your Mother's good. Wait, explain to me this. Someone said Prime was the move for streaming. Explain to me what you guys do with Prime. I don't get it because I have Prime. So what do I do to stream? Yeah, I said Curb. What's the dumbest thing you have yelled at a TV this season? I can't say that on the air. Yeah, How I Met Your Mother's last season was terrible. That's why it's not probably not in my top 5. It was such a good show, and it's season 9 was just it was a mess. It was a mess. I hope so, King Puka. I hope Justin Dean gets called up. They need some speed off the bench. Ever bump into any celebrities at a Cub game? No. I used to work for the Bears though. I did fan services, and I was really close to Ashton Kutcher. Not like close as like friend, but like close in proximity. I think my Michael Bush home run prediction's not going well right now. Salts, I hate you so much, man. So I haven't checked. I just don't even want to look at it, man. I don't even want to look. I know it might be over already. Do I even have I don't even think I have an extra base hit. Did he tip that? I don't even think I have an extra base hit in fantasy, man. What are your favorite seats at Wrigley? I don't know. All of them. I think. I don't mind sitting in the upper deck. You can buy Marquee through Prime now. Cancel your other subscription. So I would cancel the app and then just buy it on Prime. It's just so. Any radio host you love, hate? Radio hosts? Ball Florida Bush. No, I would never tarp off. I don't really love or hate. I'm not really into the national guys. I like Simmons. I like his takes. I think, I disagree with him a lot, but I just think he's good for sports, his type of rhetoric. I like Kellerman, especially when Kellerman talks boxing. Not a big Stephen A guy. Attaboy Breggy. He's driven the ball well today. Attaboy. Matt would definitely not. Never been to Fenway. Yeah, boxing stinks right now. There's no question about that. But I've learned a lot about boxing from Max Kellerman. So he'd be up there. I'm missing some guys. But I got to tell you guys, everyone's going to hate me for this. All the analytic guys on Twitter will rip me. I like John Smoltz. I don't understand the problem with John Smoltz. I think he's good. I mean, yeah, he's definitely a little old school. Oh, my gosh, speaking of, I forgot my favorite, to answer your question, my favorite TV personality is Charles Barkley. He's the best. He's the best. He's the best. Boxing GOAT, Muhammad Ali's a hero of mine, but pound for pound, I would say it's Sugar Ray Robinson. Here's the 1-0 to Hap. There's a line drive down the right field line from the greatest Cub of all time. That's going to score 2. Hap's heating up. It should be 7-0 Cubs. Up. It's not going to score. What is Bregman running with a refrigerator on his back? Goodness. Ian's been locked in tonight from the left side. If they can get him from the left side going, that'd be great. That'd be great. Thoughts on Canelo? Overrated. Great fighter? Overrated. Great fighter? Overrated. How did Bregman not score on that back? Was he crab walking? Yeah, but I don't like Barkley for the takes. I like him for the entertainment. I don't even know what rage bait means, Jonathan. Nico with another fly ball to right field. And that ball's going to be caught, although it's hit a lot better than I thought. That'll score a run, 7-0. Pacquiao or Mayweather. As a fighter, as a pure fighter, as a pure boxer, Mayweather. Sam, have you been watching the Little League World Series? No, and I never will. I'm not instigating at all. What did I instigate? I was just making a joke about Hap. 7-0, guys. I'm losing charge here. We'll probably be done soon. Probably in the bottom of the 7th. I know who Hagler beat Leonard. Real boxing fans know. Well, first of all, I said Sugar Ray Robinson is my favorite as all time, not Sugar Ray Leonard. Yeah, I mean the Hagler Leonard fight was close. It was close, but it wasn't a good fight by Hagler. He should have won handily, even without it going to the scorecards. He messed up. He came out. He was fighting on the wrong side for a while. It was he didn't have a good game plan. He should have won that fight by a lot more. I love Hagler, but he didn't fight a good fight that night. Ground ball to first. Inning over. I'll do one more half inning. Already answered the Steele stuff. Thoughts on the Mike Tyson fight with Jake Paul? Embarrassing. Answered the Steele stuff already. Favorite soccer team? Any team Messi plays for. I'll root for it if he played in a men's league game. That'd be my favorite team. Sam, you need to do a watch along against the Brewers? I can't. It won't be appropriate. Sam, favorite Wrigleyville bar? I'm not a huge bar guy, to be honest. Sam, I'm a chef. What's your favorite Chicago restaurant? Ooh, that's a good question. I haven't been to a lot of the great ones. I mean, Gibson's is a big one that I've been to quite a bit. I've still never been to Chicago Cut. So I'll say Gibson's, I guess. I think that's like the nicest one in downtown I've been to. Yeah, Gibson's, I guess I'll go with. Do you watch the YouTube boxing stuff? If you're talking about like the Jake Paul, Logan stuff, no. I literally would rather watch the Brewers celebrate winning division titles than watch those guys box. Sam, you the GOAT, bro. Thank you, man. It's not true, but thank you. Favorite suburb and secret food spot? Well, Wiener Take All would be my favorite secret food spot. Buffalo Grove. My dad used to own it. Favorite suburb? It's a great question. I'll tell you an underrated suburb, Evanston. It's really nice out there, man. If you catch it by the lake, you know, where like Northwestern is, it's a really nice area. Really nice area. Somebody asked me Chicago dog or Italian beef already. Why is that such a popular question? Chicago dog. How do you prepare for episodes? Great question. It depends the episode, which is not a fun answer. For a game, like if we were doing an episode tonight, not that much so Matt and I switch off, like if you've noticed, we'll switch off who's kind of quarterbacking the show. It used to always be him, and now we switch. So like if I'm quarterbacking the show, meaning I'm the one that tells Matt what we're going to talk about, I put it on our spreadsheet, whatever, then you got to make sure you have the ad reads down. You know what you're going to talk about. You have the stats in front of you, all that good stuff. If you're the other guy, so like let's say tonight, if Matt was doing the show, he was quarterbacking it, and I was doing the analysis for broadcasting terms. Let's say Matt's the play-by-play, I'm the color guy. Basically, just watch the game, jot some notes down of some points I want to make throughout. Matt will tell me early on what we're going to talk about, or vice versa with the second and third segments, not the game recap. Just do some research on that and go from there. It's not a whole lot of prep, honestly. Maybe half hour or so, 20 minutes or so. Sam, you ever been to Barrington? Sure. Yeah, many times. Do you ever go to Matt's house for dinner? Yeah, I have been to Matt's house for dinner a couple times. We usually go out, but thanks. Can you dunk? No. I used to be able to dunk a tennis ball in my senior year of high school. I could dunk a tennis ball. because I don't have really big hands. Ground ball back up the middle. Should be easy for Nico. What an outing from Gosman. One more, Kev. I used to be able to dunk a tennis ball. I'm 5'11". About in high school, I was probably about 5'10 and a half. Basketball player comp for me. I mean, I sound like when I played and I was good, I played like Steph, but like a horrible version of him, like a really, really bad version of him. But that's how I played. Yes, currently have a girlfriend. First time since I've had the show, actually. How did you meet Joe George? Didn't. Yeah, no, I'm 5'11 now. Nick Stauskas. No, I'm not tall enough. How tall is Matt? He's taller than me. So I'll say I think he's maybe 6'1.5", maybe 6'1"-ish, something like that. Did he go? Seth Curry. Maybe Seth Curry's a better comp. Nah, see, people say it all the time. Hey, man, if you're 5'11", oh, there's a rocket. Jeez, don't hit him. People always say that. Hey, man, why don't you claim that you're 6 foot? Because I'm not. What am I going to lie about my height for? No, she's actually a huge basketball fan. She's not a big baseball fan, but she roots for the Cubs when she dabbles in baseball, but she's not a big baseball fan. I swear you had a girlfriend or maybe a roommate. Yeah, that was just my roommate when I started the pod. Yeah, Ben. Oh, no. Get foul. Yeah, we did the live shows when we did them. We haven't done them since. They're hard to book. I think we would do them more if somebody came to us with it. I don't think we're actively seeking it out anymore. People, again, I don't want to sound arrogant because I'm really not an arrogant guy. I have plenty of flaws, tons of them, many of them, more flaws than strengths. But I think some people how do I want to say this? This is inside info I'm going to give you guys. Let me put it like this. People even in my own family, I don't think understand how big the show is, which is fine. But it's a big show. You know what I mean? And so it's become a really big podcast. Now, in the grand scheme of things, is it Pardon My Take? Of course not. Is the Bill Simmons pod? Of course not. Are there bigger Locked On shows? Better? Of course there are. But it's a big show, you know what I mean? And so sometimes I don't know if I love begging people hey, can we please do a live show, this and this? I think we've gotten to the point where people should want us to come in. I hope that didn't sound bad, but A2Ms. I got, let's see how much battery. I got 5 minutes till I'm going to lose my battery here. Let's check my fantasy. I'm 8 for 32, hitting 250 with a 627 OPS, and I'm currently losing every category. Woohoo! Let's see. Saltsy got a 2-run homer from Dalen Lyle, a 2-run homer from Langford. Josh Naylor's 3 for 3. He's sitting 351, and he didn't do anything for 2 weeks in his last matchup. He just scraped on by. I knew it. And now his team's going to be red hot, and I have the best team in the league, and I'm going to get bounced in the semis. Oh, look at this. Saltsy had Cavalli go 6 innings, 7 Ks, and Alcantara 7 innings. Boom. Night 1, over. Probably not. I don't think she'll join the show as a guest. Yes, I'm in the fantasy playoffs if you're just joining. It's all I've talked about the whole pod. Appreciate it. Iowa 991. Is Iowa football going to be good this year? I haven't really talked with Matt much about it. Are they supposed to be good this year? Is Kirk Ferentz still the coach? I have an itch again. What a day! I gotta like actually. I actually pay less attention to the game when I do a watch along than I do when I watch normally because I'm talking to you guys. I gotta remember. I gotta remember. What happened in this game? So Gosman dominant start. Conforto's had a huge day. Is that a fair ball? No. Conforto's had a huge day. Haps had a really good day. Seiya had a big hit. Kelly homered. What are we doing with the? Can someone try to get Michael's grandma to cook some meatballs for the whole team? All right, I'm done here. What'd you study in college? Sports management. Yeah, we had Lance on. We had Lance Brozdowski on a year or two ago. Lance is a great guy. I've talked to Lance a bunch. Super nice guy. Talked to him at CubsCon. Talked to him on Twitter every now and then. He's been on the show. All the Cubs dudes are really nice, man. Like Alex Cohen's been on the show. Super good guy. Cole Wright's been on the show. Super good guy. Setup man. Kyle, super good guy. Ty, great guy. CHGO guys are great guys. Luke and Joey, awesome guys. They're all good guys, man. They're all good dudes. Another base hit for Conforto. He looks like Stan Musial tonight. Nah, Miles Mastrobuoni, one of my favorites, man. Miles Mastrobuoni, one of the before this show. Let me tell you something about Miles Mastrobuoni. Shout out to my friend Adam who set up the interview. This show was not that big yet. He came on the show, super nice, was a really good show, and then like let me reach out to him, let me text him, all this stuff. Always, he'd probably answer my text if I text him right now. Super nice guy. Super nice guy. Never was close with him like I am Steele, but super nice guy. Yeah, Cody. Cody's a good dude. Cody's big Illini guy. Nice, Ben. Good luck to you, my friend. Good luck to you. Yeah, of course I've heard of Josiah Hartshorn. Cover the team every day. If I hadn't, that would have been bad. Yes, I think position players pitching should be banned. And right to him. Ooh, okay. I got about 10:50. I got to sign off. 10:50. I got to sign off. Yeah, I don't know what the starting playoff rotation is going to be, man. It's all a bunch of guys that are really similar. It's all a bunch of guys that are really similar. Whoever's pitching the best at the time, best matchup. I don't play video games for the person that keeps asking. I used to play. Oh, here's Pete. Great. I used to play FIFA a lot. FIFA and Madden. I was good at FIFA and Madden in high school, college. No show tonight. No show tonight. Come on, Pete. Hit a homer, man. I need it. Jeez, not even close, man. Not even close on that ball. I'm going to watch this Pete AB and I'm going to take off. Watch him go 0 for 5 for the fantasy team. Nope. Another foul ball. That's his sweet spot right there, though. That's where he barrels it up. Man, what a rough day. One time, Pete. Oh, yeah, it's true. The Cubs will get a the tiebreaker tonight with the Diamondbacks with a win, assuming they don't blow a 7-run lead. Ooh, good swing. Oh, I remember this Jameson guy. Can't believe the Cubs have 7 runs and Pete's 0 for 4. Three-two. You know who this guy kind of reminds me of that's pitching? Keegan Thompson. Kind of has like a similar vibe to him. You could tell, even though the Cubs are up 7-0, this AB means so much to Pete. Called time 3-2, deep breath. He's thinking so hard. Don't swing at a ball, but make sure you don't take strike 3. Baseball's a tough game, man. Here's the payoff to Pete. And he just taps one back to the mound. This is going to be a tough play, and he's out. How did that pitcher make that play? Wow. That was a really athletic play. Did Pete not get out of the box well on that? Yeah, he like stuttered for a second. He should have beat that out. Wow, that's an insane play. Summarizes my fantasy night. Boom. All right, guys, that was fun. Appreciate you. See you tomorrow.